Hello, this is Coach Sherry. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode entitled, How Do You Measure Success? On this podcast, we talk about the challenges of navigating corporate America to the impact that you want to make. So today specifically, we're going to talk about how you measure success, your success. I want to introduce you to Jackson. Of course, that's a made-up name, but Jackson was not getting promoted. In the length of his career, time after time, job after job, it was a consistency, which led Jackson to being very frustrated and very annoyed with the situation and the corporate America space and the opportunities that he felt like he did not have. So what happened was, over the course of time, it was easy for Jackson to turn the issue into everyone else being the problem. It's other people that were holding him back. Something's wrong with the world. Something's wrong with the system. I don't know what's wrong with these companies. And so everything was outwardly focused. That allowed Jackson to sit in this place of not taking responsibility for his part to play and the things that he could in this situation to take himself to a higher elevated level. So here's a fact. If you measure success by outcomes you cannot control, you're going to be frustrated and defeated. I'll repeat that. If you measure your success by outcomes you cannot control, and those would be things like getting promoted, getting hired, those are things you cannot control, right? Then you're just going to be frustrated and defeated. And worse yet, it's going to allow you to sit in this excuse of not moving forward because you believe a lie in that things are out of your control. Circumstances are beyond your reach, and there's nothing you can do to change it because something external is keeping you from moving to this place that you want to move. And so none of that's going to help you in moving forward. So I would like to share with you, similar to what I shared with Jackson, to help move him out of this space and into a space that he could control and that he could navigate to a natural consequence of him getting promoted and then for whatever it is that you would like to achieve. So here's what I would propose you do. Instead of thinking about outcomes that you cannot control, instead measure what you can put into it. So you can look at where do you want to go? What do you want to achieve? What might be the steps along the way to help you move toward that, even if they're teeny tiny little baby steps, and then hold yourself accountable or find someone to hold you accountable to move through those and to do that. And then the outcomes will naturally follow over time. So let me give you an example. If you want to be promoted, sure, you can have a conversation with your manager or with HR and you can let them know your desire for that to happen. But if this is a chronic condition over the course of your career, then it's not just that manager or that HR person or that job, right? It's a chronic thing. So sure, you can have those conversations and you should have those conversations, but you can't make that happen. You can't make them promote you. You can't make them move you to a different position, and you can't make them make that choice to see something that they don't maybe readily see. So there's where the problem lies, and then people get stuck right there, and they get defeated right there. Well, I can't make this happen, so it just is what it is. I'll go find another job, yet another job. Well, here's the reality. You can do things to contribute to making that situation happen. So for example, I work with people all the time to help them take their soft skills up, to help them increase their communication skills, their negotiation skills, their relationship building skills, which all of those are critically important to being promoted, right? And so oftentimes people just focus on their technical hard skills. I want this, it doesn't happen, something is wrong. Well, the reality is you can move toward making those things happen even in tiny little baby steps. So it becomes very important to break it down into actionable steps, even if they're teeny weeny tiny, even if it's reading a book on leadership once a week. That is a tiny little step, but that additional information will help you to make steps toward whatever that goal is that you want to achieve. Or maybe it's building a relationship with a new person once a month, and that can then now you're extending your reach across the organization. There's lots of things that you can do to promote yourself toward that ultimate end goal, and then that end goal will follow naturally. So thank you so much for taking the time to listen today. This is absolutely my passion, and this is what I help folks do, is to look at what are those actionable steps and what are those goals that they really want to achieve, and then help them to break that down and help them to be held accountable to move through that. And then the natural consequence is they get those things that were previously out of their reach and out of their control. Those things do start to come into view. So check it out on the website, makeimpactatwork.com. Again, connect with me there at makeimpactatwork.com. Thank you so much, and see you in the next episode.